King David was now very old. And no matter how many blankets covered him, he could not keep warm. So his advisors found a beautiful young girl, named Abishag, to look after him and lie in his arms to keep him warm. David had many sons by several wives, but had promised Bathsheba that her son Solomon would succeed him as king. About that time, Solomon's younger brother, Adonijah, began boasting,
"I will make myself king."
Adonijah took Joab, the army commander, and Abiathar the priest into his confidence, and they agreed to help him become king. He provided himself with chariots and charioteers, and recruited 50 men to run in front of him. Now his father, King David, had never disciplined him at any time, even by asking, "Why are you doing that?" Adonijah went to the tower of Zoheleth, near the spring of En-Rogel, where he sacrificed sheep, cattle, and fattened calves. He invited all his brothers and many other royal officials of Judah to the celebration feast. But he did not invite Solomon. When the prophet Nathan learned about the plot, he went to Bathsheba, Solomon's mother, and said,
"Haven't you heard that Adonijah has made himself king? And our Lord David doesn't even know about it. If you want to save your own life, and the life of your son Solomon, then go and talk to King David."
So Bathsheba went to see the aged king, and bowed down before him. She told David that Adonijah had declared himself king, and Joab and others were supporting him. She pleaded with him,
"All Israel is waiting for you to announce who will become king after you. If you do not act, my son Solomon and I will be treated as criminals, as soon as my lord, the king, has died."
Nathan then arrived to confirm the plot. He said,
"The people who are with Adonijah are shouting, 'Long live King Adonijah!' Has my lord, the king, really decided that Adonijah will be the next king, without letting any of his officials know who should be the next king?"
Then King David commanded Nathan the prophet, Zadok the priest, and Benaiah, the captain of his bodyguards,
"Take Solomon and my officials down to Gihon Spring. Solomon is to ride on my own mule. There, Zadok the priest and Nathan the prophet are to anoint him king over Israel. Blow the ram's horn and shout, 'Long live King Solomon!' Then escort him back here, and he will sit on my throne. He will succeed me as king, for I have appointed him to be ruler over Israel and Judah."
At Gihon Spring, Zadok the priest took the flask of olive oil from the sacred tent and anointed Solomon with the oil. They sounded the ram's horn, and all the people shouted, "Long live King Solomon!" And all the people followed Solomon into Jerusalem, playing flutes and shouting for joy. The celebration was so joyous and noisy that the earth shook with the sound. Adonijah and his guests heard the celebrating and shouting, just as they were finishing their banquet. When Joab heard the sound of the ram's horn, he asked,
"What's going on? Why is the city in such an uproar?"
And while he was still speaking, Jonathan, son of Abiathar the priest, arrived.
"You must have good news."
Not at all.
Jonathan replied.
Our Lord King David has just declared Solomon king. Solomon is now sitting on the royal throne as king.
Then all of Adonijah's guests jumped up in panic from the banquet table and quickly scattered. Adonijah was afraid of Solomon, so he rushed to the sacred tent and grabbed on to the horns of the altar. Word soon reached Solomon that Adonijah had seized the horns of the altar in fear, and that he was pleading,
"Let King Solomon swear today that he will not kill me."
King Solomon summoned Adonijah, and they brought him down from the altar. He came and bowed respectfully before King Solomon. Solomon said,
If you prove yourself to be loyal, not a hair on your head will be touched. But if you cause trouble, you will die.
Then he dismissed Adonijah, saying,
Go on home.
As the time of King David's death approached, he gave this charge to his son Solomon.
I am going where everyone on earth must someday go. Take courage and be a man. Obey the commands of the Lord your God written in the law of Moses, and follow all of his ways. Then you will be successful in all you do, and wherever you go.
Then David died, and was buried with his ancestors in the city of David. Solomon dealt with those who had supported Adonijah's rebellion. Adonijah was initially spared, but later executed after requesting to marry Abishag. Abiathar was removed from the priesthood. Joab was executed for independently killing Abner and Amasa. Shimei, who had cursed David during his escape from Absalom, was confined to Jerusalem, and later executed. Thus Solomon was firmly established as king.